Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we react to RWBY, Volume 3, Chapter 3, It's Brawl in the Family. As with my other RWBY reactions, this video will only include me, so if you would like to watch the actual RWBY episode along with me, make sure to click here. It will take you to Rooster Teeth's YouTube channel under their RWBY playlist right to the video that I'm using, so it will have better synchronization than the Netflix or the DVD version, because I will include a timestamp here, so just open this in another window, another tab, or download it, and we can go from there. So yes, click here. So in the last episode, it was basically Juniper's fight, and I don't remember the team name, but Sun and Neptune's team, and Scarlet and the fourth dude whose name I didn't catch, they both fought, not each other, but had their own separate fights, and they both won their respective fights, and so they're moving on to the doubles rounds, which is exciting because, of course, you know, those teams I actually have teammates or players that I care for, so it's totally good. I mean, like, I would have understood if one of the other teams won, but it also would have sucked because, of course, I have no connection to those other teams, you know? Like, I've seen, you know, Team Juniper grow, and I've seen their character interaction and developments and whatnot, and so I've come to like them, and I like Neptune and Sun, and so, you know, kind of by extension, I like their team, at least a little bit. And so, you know, like, had they lost, I would have understood because it's a tournament. You can't have your favorites win just because they're your favorites. Death Battle fans, listen to this part, you know? And, but, you know, it is nice to see them moving on, so that's good. But at the end of the episode, like, the ship was coming in, and then Weiss looked up and was like, she came or whatever. So, like, Weiss knows who it is. I assume that it's a Schnee person because in the episode before that, you know, chapter 1 of volume 3, you know, we did see Weiss's father call and she ignored it, and then Weiss's card was, you know, declined. So I have to assume that it is someone of Schnee. I assume Weiss's mother, but it could not be. That's just my best guess at this point. So, with It's Brawl in the Family, like, with that being the end, and then this title, I think that things aren't going to go as well as Weiss might be thinking at this moment. Like, It's Brawl in the Family, granted it's a play on It's All in the Family, but Brawl, fight, probably not good stuff. But there's only one way to find out, or at least only one way that we will employ right here. So with that said, let's get to watching. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and outside, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play, and when I say play, you hit play for proper synchronization. So, 3, 2, 1, play. We get the rose petal slowly falling down onto the rose flower, but then the unexpected. That's right! Who would have expected a herd of Grimm? Oh, okay, so that second team was just Sun and Neptune's team. Okay, when I saw them in the intro last time, I only saw the characters that I didn't know, but we know that team. At least we know those two. And that's all Ironwood's fleet, it's freaking huge. And then you have Adam, I think that's his name, and all the White Fang, and then the Grimm, and then the hunters and huntresses. You know, whether in training or otherwise. Oh, by the way, from the Blake trailer, from the Black trailer, I'm not sure exactly how Adam's, assuming that's his name, semblance worked, but like he got his sword a little bit out of the sheath and he absorbed that Nova Blast kind of thing. And then it seemed like his red all glowed, so I assume he absorbed it in some manner or other, and then he just did like one slash and defeated the beast that they could not, or like the machine that they could not with multiple blows, so I assume it's about energy absorption and then dealing it back out, but I don't know. Just thought I'd say that. Is it Mama Schnee? Oh, it's Winter. Is it Sister? Okay. My second guess was right then. Figured either Mama Schnee or older sister. So it's Winter Snow is her name. Poor Ruby. Okay. What do you mean? Yeah. 3 whole strikes? Hmm. I don't really like her. Said it was appropriate. Hmm. Like, you can't just insult someone and then give them that, like, bullcrap, nobility thing. So I'm sure she's not supposed to be likable, but I really don't like Winter right now. Good job, Ruby. Yeah, that's right. Juncture time. Whose perspective are we following right now? His drunk dudes. I don't mind if he kicks her butt, to be honest. That actually is Qrow then? I saw the Qrow fly off, so I thought it might be Qrow, but I didn't think it was that Qrow, and I'm like, oh, there's already a Qrow by, someone by the name of Qrow. Hmm. See, I just have to like him more now that I know who he is. This is Qrow. This is Ruby's uncle. So, now is he so fast even though he's drunk, or is he like drunken fist kind of fast? I don't know. You're gonna duel with a blade like that? Also, does his sword turn into a scythe? Because Qrow taught Ruby how to use a scythe, right? Yeah. They are quite fast. Ow. And now of all times, I'm wondering, uncle on whose side? Like, you know, Yang's mom's brother or their dad's brother? I assume the mom's because the hair color and the eye color, but... So they left everyone who was spectating. What a shame. Powerful. I'm not sure what they're doing. Is it scythe time? That booing. She stopped really quickly there. Oh, snap. Popcorn too? No, you mean you will take care of the mess with your psychic powers? Aw. Honestly, I thought he said bro at first. Not that it matters with Glinda around, but whatever. That's his thing. He used her first name. Wait, what? I mean, because he and Ospen already had that conversation. I thought Ospen didn't want. It's a good point. But we didn't get to see the scythe. Now, the reason they have no idea is kind of bad, but... Oh no! Now they're in charge? How did they do that? Was it just hacking? Is that what she got? Like when she snuck in during the dance? I don't know. Well, Coco was the one who seemed overpowered to me, so... I'm kind of looking forward to seeing her butt get kicked. I'm sorry for those who like her, but I'm just saying. Well, that's kind of cool, seeing, like, kind of, not really concept art so much. I guess you could consider that, but the reference image of Winter. I still don't like her, but, you know, that could change in time. I just hate that snootiness. I didn't like it with Weiss in the beginning. I don't like it with Winter now, because Winter is, like, even worse than Weiss was. So... Alright. So we have Rooster Teeth animation, little showcase here. And then I think the episode will be over, right? Entirely? Yes, it is. Alright, this one was 16 minutes and 34 seconds long, and now it's time to talk about it. Alright, so... I think that the biggest part of this episode was not the fight at the beginning between Qrow and Winter, but just the conversation that all of the heads had, you know, in the room once Winter left. I mean, Winter... When she was still there too, but mostly once she left, because we got really into the whole, you know, Qrow being kind of, I don't want to say undercover, because I'm not entirely sure if that's what it was, but, you know, he was out on a mission and they thought he was compromised, so I like to think that it was something to that effect, you know, being undercover, or at least being undetected. And what exactly he was doing, I'm not entirely sure. It seemed mostly reconnaissance. You know, I mean, he was there for information, which they already had, and that's why he got so angry during that part and everything. And someone, or a few people, did point out in the comments, when I mentioned, okay, so back during the episode with the dance, because I don't, dance infiltration, I was about to say I don't remember the title, but then I did. And you know, Cinder snuck in and took that thing, and then there was the queen on the screen. Well, I said that the only other time that I could think of where chess pieces were really, you know, a part of this was at the very beginning when they were sorted into their teams based upon which chess piece they took. But other people said, no, Qrow also sent a message to Ozpin saying the queen has pawns. And so now, I have to wonder if Cinder is the queen or if Cinder is just another of the pawns. You know, is Mercury and Emerald a pawn? I mean, I think they're pawns. But is Cinder a pawn too, or is she the queen? Because if she's not the one in charge of everything, that means there's something even bigger. And for the sake of, like, continuing, because this plot so far has been all 3 volumes, for the sake of continuing that tension and everything, I'm kind of inclined to think that Cinder is just another pawn, like, definitely has authority over the other 2. But, you know, I think that we should still keep in mind, at least the people who are new to this series, the possibility of Cinder not being the queen necessarily, but also a pawn. I mean, she could have left a calling card of sorts when the queen was on, you know, that computer screen. And I don't know exactly how she got access to, like, the tournament stuff. I assume it had to do with, like, the information that she got during Dance Dance Infiltration. Like, whether she got information that just allowed her to hack, if she established a connection, I don't know. But, you know, she has a lot more control than I knew at this point, and that, you know, everyone else knows at this point, so bad things are bound to happen here. I mean, she wouldn't have pit, you know, Mercury and Emerald against Coco and whatever the other person was, unless she was confident that her 2 would win. And like I said, Coco especially, to me, was just so laid, kind of like Neo, really laid back, just knowing that they had that one. So, yeah, I just have to assume that Cinder's confident, and they've got to be super powerful in order to actually take on Coco and her teammate. So that's kind of the more plotty stuff, the kind of conspiracy stuff, like plans are in the works, just like in progression, but I still don't know what exactly they contain. I don't know what the plans are yet. So I did like the fight, though, at the beginning between Qrow and Winter. I did really like the introduction of Qrow, and I also really liked how, you know, before we got his name, we did see crows, like, scatter and fly. Like, I had that close-up on one. And so, like I said, at that point, I thought, oh, is that his name? Is his name Qrow? But then I thought, and just, I know I said this earlier, but to clarify again, I thought, oh, his name can't be Qrow. There's already a character named Qrow, and that's Ruby's uncle. But for whatever reason, when I was picturing Qrow before, it was not that guy. It was not at all that guy. I know I probably shouldn't have. I don't know why I did. I was imagining this, like, much older dude. This, like, no-nonsense kind of dude. And that's, like, nothing like Qrow. But I was satisfied with him. A big part of that was the fact that he kind of, you know, challenged Winter, and I wasn't liking Winter, so it was just nice to have someone else to root for in that regard. Because otherwise, Winter was just kind of stepping all over everybody. Over Weiss, you know, her own sister, and over RWBY. And it just wasn't fun for me to see. So having Qrow, you know, jump in and just kind of undermine her entirely, that was satisfying. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc. Talk about this episode, any episode before it, but nothing in the future, please and thank you. Just be respectful, don't leave spoilers for me or for other people, because that's a douchebag thing to do, and we're not douchebags here, are we? Unless you are, in which case, please stop. Anyway, with that, we're calling it here. Cue outro, go!